Hello everybody, this is Unscripted Raivecha here, and originally this little intro that I'm making it was not going to be part of the video, but while I was editing the video I realized that some of the stuff that I said during the video, after reflecting on it for a little bit, did not really represent my true opinions. So this video was originally going to be called Why I Don't Care About the Fortnite Storyline Anymore, and as you'll see in my original script I talked about how I was done with the Fortnite storyline, how I didn't really care about it anymore, how I most likely will not be making any storyline videos in the future. But kind of ironically, after editing the video a bit and kind of going through old footage and stuff like that, I realized that this may not be completely true, and I felt like I might have been a bit too harsh in my judgment against the game. And I think that what I'm talking about in this video is going to be something more along the lines of my grievances with the Fortnite storyline, not necessarily the fact that I just don't care about it anymore, more like this is why I'm kind of disappointed in some aspects of it. So when watching this video, please keep this little introduction statement in mind, and please consider the fact that some of the things I've said, I even say, are a bit too harsh and may not actually reflect my opinions. So when I say something like, oh, I'm never going to do a Fortnite storyline video again, take that with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that I necessarily will, but it's not going to be as cut and dry as I make it out to be in the original video. So with that being said, enjoy the video, guys. So if you guys want a quick answer to the question in the title, it's collaborations. But I do want to elaborate more, and before I get started, I want to get a couple things out of the way. First, I am not done with Fortnite as a whole, not at all. I still play the game quite a bit, and I still am interested in the history of the game. Even if I don't care about the storyline anymore, I'm still enjoying working on an updated Fortnite Iceberg video, since that video will mostly consist of fun facts from the game's history and its community. Second of all, I have absolutely nothing against Donald Mustard. For those of you who don't know, Donald Mustard is the Chief Creative Officer of Epic Games, and more relevant for this video, he's the guy in charge of making the Fortnite storyline. While I may not agree with his direction of the lore currently, I still don't harbor any ill will against him because, in the end, it's just a video game storyline. It's not something that really affects me personally at all. This is just a mild disappointment at most. In fact, I've watched some videos on the YouTube channel Mustard Plays, which is run by Donald Mustard's younger brother who plays Fortnite Creative. On the channel, he sometimes talks about his brother, and he has many videos talking about their childhood together. And in these videos, he reminisces about all the video games and other media franchises they loved as children, many of which would later come into Fortnite decades after the fact as collaborations. And with that perspective, I'm very happy for Donald Mustard. Imagine being a fan of a video game as a kid, and then as an adult have characters from that game added to your own game that you worked on as a collaboration. It honestly sounds like a dream come true. And of course, there are many other benefits collabs bring to Fortnite, which I will get into later. I've thought hard about what I wanted to say for this video. I've reread and revised the script over 5 times, which is much more than the usual for me. And it's because what I'm saying here, as well as my reasonings, is something that is pretty significant in the context of my YouTube channel. I had to make sure to get my thoughts and feelings across clearly, and justify why I feel that way. So without further ado, this is why I don't care about the Fortnite storyline anymore. If you're a long-time viewer of my channel, there is a very high probability that you know me because of my Fortnite storyline videos. I have 2 of them up, and both are the most popular videos on my channel. And considering the length of these videos and how in-depth they go, you would not be wrong if you guessed that this was something I was really interested in. When I made and released my first video, Chapter 2 Season 5 had just been released. However, my opinions about the game and its story have changed a lot. Let me explain. Collaborations have been a part of Fortnite almost since the beginning. The first was in Chapter 1 Season 4 with the Infinity War LTM, which didn't give us any skins but instead a new game mode. The first collaboration skins were the NFL outfits released in Chapter 1 Season 6. In Chapter 1 Season 7 we got the Marshmallow skin along with an in-game concert, and we got our first movie collaboration skins in Chapter 1 Season 8 with the Black Widow and Star-Lord outfits. Now, I'm not going to go through every single collab Fortnite has done, but I'm doing this to make a point. Throughout the entirety of Chapter 1, there were only a total of 12 collaborations, and this is including LTMs and Easter eggs. Taking those out, we only have 9. Personally, I've never really enjoyed the idea of collaborations. Like in Chapter 1 Season 4, people were asking for an Iron Man skin, and my thought was, why would we need Iron Man when we already have Carbide? I like the creativity of the original Fortnite skins, and even if some were obviously bootlegs of pre-existing characters from other franchises, they have their own charm to them. Also, this may be a personal preference, but having collabs in the game just feels wrong to me. Like, these are characters with their own established worlds and stories, and to pull them out of that and just plop them in some random kids game battle royale doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's just a skin, but I can't separate the skin from the story it comes from. At least with original characters, they feel like they're from the world of Fortnite, and their stories are a blank slate that give players the chance to create their own story with them. In terms of making a story, it's much more interesting when you focus on your own characters than to bring in a bunch of other characters from other franchises to try and create a spectacle. Especially nowadays, they're trying to characterize these original Fortnite characters in these crossover comics, which is another issue I'll touch upon later. It feels like Fortnite doesn't think that their original characters are marketable enough, so they shove them in with more popular characters from other franchises in an attempt to make people care about their story. But the thing is, people can and do care about original Fortnite characters. One great example of this is Newscape Pro. I'm not a huge fan of theirs particularly, but back in late Chapter 1 and early Chapter 2, I did watch their videos quite a bit. These guys were creating their own story with original Fortnite skins, which I thought was interesting. Like, I know that they get memed a lot, but the fact that they were able to create what is essentially an entire Fortnite TV show on YouTube using just emotes, replay mode, voice acting, and some clever editing is no small feat at all. And they were very successful too. Their more popular videos had literal millions of views. Their series actually just ended as I was writing this, and the fact that they got so much support is proof that people will care about these characters if they have a compelling story to them. Like, Newscape Pro had its own lore separate from the main game, and it's not like it was a masterpiece in writing, but it was an example of people using their imaginations to give these skins personalities and voices. And honestly, I remember people saying, even all the way back in Chapter 1, that they would really like to see some form of original media that gave Fortnite a more coherent story. Like Fortnite could release their own batch of comics separate from the Marvel or DC universe, or create story episodes that were animated like the trailers. I think that people would really enjoy something like that, as it would make the storyline more coherent, and it would give a personality to Battle Pass and item shop skins, hence making them more marketable. Basically, what I mean to say in this segment is that people would care more about original Fortnite characters if Epic put more effort into characterizing them beyond storyline quests and live events. I want to talk about a specific season. I think this season was a turning point when it comes to the Fortnite storyline and the direction of the game as a whole. This is Chapter 2 Season 2. To this day, Chapter 2 Season 2 is one of the most beloved seasons, and furthermore has one of the most memorable battle passes. People still love skins like Sky, Meowscles, and Midas. Why? Well, it's because Chapter 2 Season 2 did what I want Fortnite to do. It characterized the skins in the Battle Pass. This was the first season where the Battle Pass wasn't just cool random outfits they put in as a reward for playing. They were cool random outfits given distinct personalities without even having them say a single word. This was helped a lot by the fact that Epic decided to give them their own unique animations for when you unlock them in your Battle Pass, and the fact that each of them got their own room that you could access from the lobby. Chapter 2 Season 2 is proof that what I said before about characterizing skins actually works, and not just for storyline geeks, because the skins of Chapter 2 Season 2 were beloved by a majority of the community. If Fortnite had continued this trend with every season's Battle Pass, a lot more people would be invested in the original characters Fortnite had to offer. Obviously, not every skin will be successful, but even if one or two important skins per season got this treatment, a lot of the original Battle Pass skins would be remembered more. Sadly, even though they did put in more effort into characterizing skins than they did in Chapter 1, it still seems like most Battle Pass skins fell into obscurity. It's a shame because Chapter 2 Season 2 was the best season for the story, We had the aforementioned characters, a proper war that players can influence through in-game actions, and a live event which shocked everyone with voice acting and a proper plot twist, which had people speculating about the story for weeks afterwards. However, despite all these positives, Chapter 2 Season 2 had one negative, which I can say was the beginning of the downfall of the Fortnite storyline. Despite the praise I've given to Chapter 2 Season 2, one thing many people didn't like about it was its quote-unquote secret skin, Deadpool. This was the first ever collaboration in a battle pass. Now, opinions were split on this decision. Previously, collaborations were just skins in the item shop or some limited in-game event, and people were mostly okay with that. Collaborations felt special and cool when they happened, but many people didn't like Deadpool as a secret skin. They believed that the battle pass should be only original skins, and they didn't like that the secret skin revealed at the beginning of the season was basically an advertisement. I was one of these people. Some other people rebutted that previously most of the secret skins were completely unremarkable and forgotten quickly, and they had a point. I mean, who really remembers Serana? So they said that it was an improvement that we'd be getting collabs with characters people liked as our secret skins. Despite the controversy, the community eventually accepted it. The Deadpool collab itself was very well done, with Deadpool getting his own room in the lobby and point of interest on the map. It felt more like a season-long event rather than a one-off skin dump. And besides, Deadpool is one Marvel character who would be right at home in the wacky world of Fortnite. So, after a while, many people liked the Deadpool collab. The true outrage came in Chapter 2 Season 3. After the live event, we got this teaser, which clearly showed Aquaman's trident from the DC Movies universe. Now, this got people mad. Aquaman was a much more unpopular character than Deadpool, and people didn't like that the secret skin slot was now all but confirmed to be a collaboration slot. Many criticized Fortnite for basically turning their game into a billboard, and despite the fact that Aquaman technically fit in thematically with Chapter 2 Season 3's flood theme, the Aquaman collab was a major downgrade from the Deadpool collab. But this paled in comparison to what came next season. Yeah, if you watched me before, you know my opinions on Chapter 2 Season 4. I'm not going to waste time ranting about this season, but the main idea is that this was kind of the point of no return for collaborations. It was at this point the community knew that collaborations were here to stay as a major part of the game, and since then, collaborations have only dominated the game more and more. I mean, we used to be mad about a secret skin being a collab, but now we just accept the fact that the Tier 100 skin for 6 seasons straight has been a collaboration of some sort. We've got Rick Sanchez, Carnage, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Darth Vader, and Spider-Gwen as the Tier 100 skins for the past 6 seasons. Tier 100s used to be these cool, legendary skins that were intimidating, but nowadays it seems to be whatever collaboration they could get their hands on, or to be more specific, probably whoever wanted their new movie to be advertised. Like, it's no coincidence that the Carnage Tier 100 came out right as the Venom 2 movie came out, or that the Doctor Strange skin released in the Battle Pass coincided with the Doctor Strange 2 movie, or that we got Darth Vader right before the Obi-Wan TV show came out. I mean, I understand not liking the original Tier 100 skins, but at least they weren't an advertisement. The same goes with the item shop. Collaborations used to be a rare treat that were hyped up a bit before releasing, but now it seems like we get 2 new collaborations a week. The item shop every single day has just as many collaborations as original skins, if not more. And Fortnite isn't making as many original skins anymore. They release more collab skins now. We get like 2 new original skins per update as opposed to like 5 new collab skins. And this isn't an exaggeration. Just recently, the amount of collaboration skins in the game overtook the number of original skins in the game. Think about that for a second. This includes all of Chapter 1, where almost every skin was original, and we were getting like 7 new skins and updates, as well as all the original skins in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, including all of the Battle Passes. Collabs only really started to come out frequently mid-Chapter 2, and in just like 8 seasons, collabs have overtaken original skins. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's clear that the story is written around this, not the other way around. For example, the 0 point is just an excuse to bring in a bunch of characters from other franchises within the confines of the story. and the loop is just a way for certain events to not have lasting consequences. And looking at the collaborations themselves, we get collaborations with the weirdest people and companies. Like, we had a collaboration with Balenciaga, an overpriced fashion brand. Okay, the skins of this collaboration were pretty cool, in my opinion. But I find it really funny that Balenciaga just sold normal t-shirts with the word Fortnite on it for hundreds of dollars. Holy shit, did anybody actually buy this stuff? You can find a better Fortnite t-shirt at Walmart for $5. We've got collabs with these influencers named Gujimon and Cause, who are apparently horror and fashion social media stars, who also sell NFTs. Great. We've also got the Icon series. It's a bit disingenuous of me to say this, since one of the first Icon skins was a collaboration, Marshmallow, but at least that was justified with the in-game live event. For a while, Icon series skins were of Fortnite YouTubers or streamers, people who are actually in the community and care about the game. Same with locker bundles. They were made by members of the Fortnite community who were popular, but not popular enough to get their own Icon skin. But now it seems like they're just giving everybody their own skins and locker bundles. Like, Brie Larson got her own locker bundle a while back. Why? Because she played Fortnite a couple times on her YouTube channel? Obviously, I don't know what she likes or dislikes, and I have nothing against her, but I find it very doubtful that she's an avid player of the game who cares about it deeply. I mean, it's very likely that the time she's played the game on her channel is just some PR stunt that her agent signed a contract for. Who knows? Did anybody really look at this Bush Ranger bundle and think, wow, Brie Larson's name is attached to this, I better buy it? Is she really more deserving of a bundle in-game than someone like Icehawk, for example, who's been making dedicated Fortnite videos almost daily? And we're not done with Brie Larson yet. The most recent Icon skin as of me writing this video was Patrick Mahomes, an NFL player. Once again, I have nothing against him. In fact, according to my roommates, he is a very popular and kind person. But why did he get an Icon series skin? Like, he's been playing Fortnite for a while, and he actually made a tweet that went viral several years ago about the fact that he got killed in-game by somebody who was wearing his jersey on an NFL skin. But was anybody really begging for a skin based off of him? Or was it just Mahomes' marketing agent and the NFL making a contract with Fortnite so both parties can enrich themselves more?
Record breaker and NFL Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. He's the first NFL player to join the Fortnite Icon series that celebrates the most dynamic figures in culture for Fortnite's audience of millions and millions and millions. The launch is at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight.
Code Pizzo with a zero.
Fortnite is celebrating him as the modern-day gladiator with the Patrick Mahomes gladiator outfit. What? It wouldn't be a Mahomes rest day if he wasn't eating something with ketchup on it, ketchup joke. So the Mahomes saucy style outfit is also entering the item shop. Both of his outfits, as well as Patrick Mahomes accessories, will be available in the Fortnite item shop starting tonight at 8 p.m.
Code Pizzo with a zero.
I don't know, but I'll let you decide. Collabs in and of themselves are not a bad thing. In fact, they can be very cool. For example, I personally enjoyed the Chapter 2 Season 5 collaborations a lot. Bringing in the greatest hunters and warriors from across different universes was an excellent thematic thread that tied all of these collaborations with popular franchises together. But when they start to pump out collaborations with basically everybody that they can get their hands on, including stuff nobody would really want, that's when people start to get cynical about it. Yeah, every collab is just a contract between two companies to make money, but there's a difference between well-done collabs with popular characters and a collab that just seems to have been made for the sake of money. Like, was there a legitimate reason why Fortnite collabed with Montclair? Was there a huge overlap between the audience of a children's game and a fashion company that sells clothing for hundreds of dollars that justified a collaboration here? I'm not even mad at it, I'm just completely baffled. There seems to be no legitimate reason for this collaboration, except for the fact that Montclair wanted to advertise their brand to a wide audience. And it's the fact that Fortnite's willing to sell out their game as an ad to basically whoever wants to buy in that makes me kind of disappointed with the state of the game. Okay, me disliking collaborations is a personal preference. Like, if I don't like them, I can just ignore them or not buy them, which is what I'm currently doing. And in all honesty, if a property I enjoy ever got a collab, I'm probably going to be first in line to buy that skin. But getting back on track with the video, I wouldn't mind collabs nearly as much if Epic didn't make them a critical part of the storyline. Like, if there were just some cool skins that dropped once in a while that you could pick up if you want, I would be perfectly fine with them. but at this point, Epic is intentionally writing the story in collab material so people buy them. Like, before I started working on my second Fortnite storyline video, I didn't bother with reading the Batman collaboration comics, because I didn't care for them. But when I learned that they actually contained important lore information and plot points, as well as the stories of several major Fortnite characters, I had to read them to get a huge chunk of the story. The fact that a major part of the Fortnite storyline was put in a collaboration comic is absolutely astounding to me. This means that if anybody wants to understand the full Fortnite story, they have to go out of their way to buy a DC comic book and then read that. I think I'm justified in asking that I should be able to get the full story of a game within the game itself, not a comic book that's part of an entire other franchise. Like, I still think my method of Fortnite creating their own comics or shorts is better. With comics, they can release bits at a time in-game, kinda how like they handle the Thor comics. And if they really wanted to sell them, they can sell published volumes alongside a code for an exclusive skin or something. As per shorts, you can release them in-game like how they show trailers in-game, and you can also rerun them in Party Royale or post them on their YouTube channel. Epic Games are not a lazy or lacking company. They can do this easily if they wanted to, but it seems like they consciously decide to include these story moments in collabs. Like, remember in the Chapter 2 Season 7 trailer, when it ended with the cliffhanger of the Foundation falling into the ocean? Yeah, if you just played the game, you'd never know how that was resolved. You'd have to pick up and read the Batman Foundation comic to read how that plot thread got resolved. And it's not like it was even a good comic necessarily, in my opinion. It ultimately was just a whole bunch of fluff that just explained how Foundation got back to the island, and that whole cliffhanger at the end with the Batman Who Laughs and Dr. Sloan working with Lex Luthor led to nothing. At least, that's one good thing the original Batman Zero Point comics had going for them. It wasn't a comic story tied to the main storyline of Fortnite, it was just a cool story about Batman getting stuck in the loop and using his detective skills to escape the island. It's a nice side story, and it included interesting tidbits of lore, but ultimately you didn't need it to understand the overall story beats. But this is what happened with Batman Foundation, and now the problem is looking much worse with the Fortnite x Marvel Zero Wars comics. Lots of plot and character development is being done within these comics, which, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. Also, if you know about Fortnite lore, you know about Geno, who is officially not revealed, but is being set up to be the big bad of the entire Fortnite storyline. But he had his big reveal in the Marvel Zero War comic. This is completely unacceptable to me. It's one thing to have crossover side stories, but it's a completely other thing to reveal your main villain in a crossover comic that most Fortnite fans probably aren't going to read. Like, why not have Geno's grand reveal be in a live event or in one of the story trailers? This is like the whole Palpatine's return for Star Wars Episode 9 being in a Fortnite live event, but with the roles reversed between Disney and Epic. The fact that Fortnite is just willing to throw away the story in favor of collaborations is further emphasized by how they treated the Seven. In Chapter 1, the members of the Seven were all these mysterious masked characters. Like, the introduction of the Visitor was perfect. Lands on the island in a meteor, absolutely destroys government forces, launches the Rift rocket, and then just disappears. While Paradigm and Scientist had a less impactful introduction, they all still retained that air of mystery and coolness. Obviously, as the story continued, the mystery behind these characters should have unraveled, giving us more information. But the way they did it was unsatisfactory. Like, the introduction of the Foundation was also fine. It kept the mystery of the previous members of the Seven and still introduced him as a strong, stoic character, expected of the leader of the Seven. But then Origin, Imagined, and Order were all just dropped in a single season with little fanfare. But what really started ringing alarm bells for me was the Chapter 2 Season 8 live events, when this happened.
Impossible. I watched you die.
I got over it.
You!
I feel like this was the one moment where I really stopped caring about the storyline. Yeah, I thought it was funny, but this was when I realized I probably should stop taking the storyline so seriously. It was known for a while that Dwayne Johnson was the voice actor for the Foundation, but when the reveal that the Foundation's model looked like the actor, it was clear that even Fortnite's original characters weren't safe from contracts and collaborations, because it unveiled the mystery around the character to just essentially turn it into a marketable headline. This moment was manufactured not to further the story or unveil a mystery, but to get viral reactions and news headlines. Moving on, we have what prompted me to make this video, the event that kind of pushed me over the edge per se. The new Paradigm skin had the face and voice of the actress Brie Larson. Now, this created a decently big controversy within the Fortnite community, because since Chapter 1, it had been a major theory that the Paradigm and another character, the Singularity, were in fact the same person. And we have already seen the Singularity's face, who looks nothing like Brie Larson. And yes, this simply was just a fan theory, but as time went on, evidence for the theory kept building, most notably the Paradigm's association with Mecha Team Leader, and the fact that she piloted the Mecha Team Leader during the Chapter 3 Season 2 live event. Just like how Singularity presumably piloted the Mecha during the Chapter 1 Season 8 live event. But recently, Donald Mustard and the Zero War writers confirmed that they were, in fact, not the same person, and that Singularity was just the one who built the mech while Paradigm was the one who piloted it. Okay, the idea that they were the same person is just a fan theory, I accept that. But do you really mean to tell me that the two skins with the same exact body model and the same exact lore of being tied to the Mecha Team Leader were not being set up to be the same person? Like, the Paradigm was not even hinted at in Chapter 1 Season 8. I think it was pretty obvious that Singularity was the pilot of the mech. I mean, Donald Mustard himself said previously that the Singularity will have a huge impact on the story, and that she goes by many different names and identities. At that point, it was all but confirmed that these two characters were the same person. But nope, they probably saw that Dwayne Johnson as the Foundation made headlines, so they decided to repeat the process with Brie Larson and Paradigm, and retcon this plot point by saying it was a bait and switch. Sure. Now, this is the part of the video where I acknowledge the opposing viewpoints. Like I said before, for the creators of the game, having collaborations is not only cool for them, but also profitable. Those of us in the Fortnite community who dislike collaborations are not the majority. Like, yeah, I personally don't like collab skins, and the only ones I own are either ones from the Battle Pass or ones that were gifted to me, which I use rarely, if at all. But a majority of the community love collaboration skins. In fact, according to skin data, collab skins are always among the most used each season, which means that they are profitable. I mean, there is a reason why the Tier 100 skins recently have all been collaboration skins. More people are going to be willing to play an entire season or pay for Tier 100 if the reward is a skin like Darth Vader as opposed to an original Fortnite character. Also, collaborations bring in lots of attention from outside the game's community. Like, nobody outside the community really cared when Wildcard got added into the game, despite the fact that it was a good skin and had a whole LTM and trailer to go along with his release. But when the Dragon Ball Super skins recently got added to the game, it literally broke the internet. These were extremely famous characters added to this goofy gun game, and people loved it. There were videos of Goku doing TikTok dances going viral. I saw a picture on the front page of Reddit titled, "How's this a real game?" and it showed a screenshot from the lobby of a squad containing Goku, Naruto, Darth Vader, and Rick Sanchez. And in the comments, people were talking about how this was actually really cool, and that they would have loved a game like this as kids, with all their favorite characters in one massive battle royale. And people were saying that they haven't played Fortnite in years, but that they were going to re-download it after this collab, especially after learning that there was a new no-build mode. Keep in mind, the building skill gap is the reason why many people left the game. And basically, whenever there is any major collaboration like this, we see this same reaction more or less from the general community. Same thing happened with the whole Dwayne Johnson thing in the Chapter 2 Season 8 event. Nobody outside the lore fans in the community really cared about the conclusion to the last reality's invasion of the island. But what most people remember about the Chapter 2 end event was the one scene with Dwayne Johnson as the Foundation. Once again, memes about that spread like wildfire even beyond the Fortnite community, and it brought just as much, if not even more attention to Fortnite than the 3-day blackout after the Chapter 1 end event. And ultimately, this is a fact that we have to accept. Collaborations are the best marketing tool Fortnite has, and they are extremely successful financially. As a company, it makes sense to pursue the money with the collaborations and then try to make a good original story. And the second reality we have to accept is that the Fortnite storyline is not the priority of Epic Games. Their priority is to make a Battle Royale game that is profitable. If Donald Mustard can shove in a story and not detract from that priority, the game will still be allowed to have a story. That's simply how it seems to work. And this is a battle royale game for kids. It's stupid to have ever accepted some grand, well-written story. Like, the very nature of the game is against it. As I said before, the storyline is constantly being changed and retconned to fit whatever makes the most money. So yeah, it becomes really hard for me to care enough about the Fortnite story to try and explain and analyze it when I know it's most likely just being come up on a whim, subject to changes and retcons. But I'm not too upset about bad and vague writing. In fact, it's what made theorizing about the game's lore so fun, especially in the days of Chapter 1. It's why I liked making that first storyline video. I wasn't just summarizing a storybook, I was trying to make sense of all these disconnected weird events. It was as much an exercise in creativity as it was an analysis. What I'm more upset about is Fortnite losing its identity. When Fortnite first became popular, it was known for being this wacky, colorful shooter game with weird weapons and skins. That was its identity. That's what it was known for. That was why Chapter 1 is so beloved. But now, it feels like that aspect of Fortnite has been toned down massively. It may be nostalgia speaking, but the game back in Chapter 1 was way more iconic than the current state of the game. Weapons like the SCAR and pump shotgun were synonymous with the game itself, and each of the POIs were all memorable. For example, Chapter 1 Tilted Towers will probably go down as one of the most iconic locations in gaming history ever. Same thing goes for all the cosmetics. We don't really get a lot of properly memorable skins anymore, especially not in the Battle Pass, because Epic is just so focused on collabs. We simply don't get Black Knights or Reapers anymore. Nowadays, Fortnite dances are just popular dances licensed from TikTok, but back then Fortnite made the iconic dances. I struggle to find anything about the actual game now that's memorable, because there is no actual game, it's just amalgamation of all these different franchises and different licenses and stuff. None of the weapons are memorable. I played this game multiple times a week, yet I struggle to even name most of the POIs on the map. I think all of my points are summarized excellently by Fortnitemares 2022. Fortnitemares has been a Halloween tradition of Battle Royale since the very beginning. It's always been this massive event with huge map changes, lots of spooky themed weapons, new game models, and the most anticipated of all, the new batch of Halloween skins, which have always been known to be some of the most creative skin designs in Fortnite. But in 2022, there are barely any changes. It's laughable. We got this weird DJ character that really isn't that spooky. Only the Jackal launcher was unvaulted, and we got almost no new Halloween skins. It's really sad that the most notable skin releases of Fortnitemares 2022 were Black Adam and Rick and Morty. Very festive. It seems like Epic doesn't want Fortnite to have its own identity anymore, but rather have it be the sort of metaverse for all these different franchises to come together and ultimately advertise on. Because when people talk about modern Fortnite, that's what they think of first. It's that game with all the collaborations and celebrity cameos. It really has ruined my and many other players' interest in the game. And if Fortnite doesn't care about making their own original storyline because they want to turn their game into a billboard with no identity, why should I care about explaining it? So what do I want to say by making this video? Well, I know a lot of you have subscribed to me because of my Fortnite storyline videos. I have tried to distance myself from being known as the Fortnite storyline guy, but I have to admit that across the internet, my claim to micro-celebrity status is being known as the Fortnite storyline guy. In almost every situation where there's an online discussion about me, it's about my storyline videos. On every video I upload, I always get multiple comments asking me to make a new Fortnite story video. I still get multiple comments a week asking about when my next story video is. And don't get me wrong, I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed my videos so much that you actively want me to make more. And you would think that I would be glad about these collaborations because they're bringing more people into the game, which means more people who want to be caught up on the storyline, resulting in more people watching my videos. But I had some introspection on myself and what I really want to do. Even when I was making my second storyline video, I was growing fatigued. I was spending so much time researching Fortnite lore of all things, interpreting live events, story quests, and crossover comics. Sure, I liked editing the video, and I'm glad that I was able to release a video that you guys liked, but I didn't enjoy sifting through all that promotional and crossover material back then, and I know I would enjoy it even less for a third story video, especially with my changed mindset and an increased number of collab material that I have to go through. Yeah, people change, including me. This channel is an archive of my interests over the years, but that doesn't mean I'm still interested in everything on this channel. I don't care about memes anymore. I haven't picked up my VR headset in months, and maybe my interest towards the Fortnite storyline will be going the same way. I don't think that liking the Fortnite story is a bad thing, not at all. It's just something I'm not too terribly interested in anymore. I'd most likely not enjoy making a third video explaining it, and like I said before, this YouTube channel is something that I do purely for fun. This is why I didn't start making a bunch of Fortnite lore videos after the success of my original one. If I did so, I probably would have had a lot more views and subscribers than I do right now. Hell, I probably would have reached my goal of getting 100,000 subscribers. But I knew that if I just branded myself on making only Fortnite lore videos, I would have gotten burnt out. And then if I tried to branch out from that, my channel would have been dead in the water. I knew I wanted to do things other than Fortnite. I needed to be honest with both myself and my viewers about what I was going to do with my channel. And I'm being honest right now. I don't think I would enjoy making another Fortnite storyline video. I sincerely apologize to all of you. I know many of you are here for my Fortnite storyline stuff. It's okay if you want to unsubscribe, I completely understand. I wanted to make this video to address my grievances with how Fortnite is approaching its story, as well as tell my viewers why I most likely won't be making Fortnite lore content in the future, as I've simply lost interest. But in the end, Epic Games are still winning. I'm still playing the game, I'm still a Fortnite crew subscriber, I'm still buying V-Bucks, and that's what really matters to them. Like I said before, I still like the game. I'm still working on an updated Fortnite Iceberg video, because unlike Fortnite lore, I'm actually still passionate about the history of the game, which would be explained in the Fortnite Iceberg. And maybe in the future, my passion for the Fortnite storyline will be reignited. Maybe the Chapter 3 end event will be so good and tie everything up nicely that I think to myself, man, I really need to compile all the lore again because they actually had a story plan all along. I want this current video to age poorly. I want to look back on this in the future and realize that I was wrong. But sadly, I don't think that will be the case. So that's how I feel about the Fortnite storyline right now. What do you guys think? Do you like the current direction of the storyline? Why or why not? Please let me know down in the comments. So with that being said, thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.